From developer Paranoid, Interactive, and publisher Hyperstrange, we're getting a somewhat underhyped game, Frozenheim. So what is Frozenheim? Well, Frozenheim is a Viking-themed resource management sim and colony builder with RTS combat elements. This is Frozenheim. And now, restart the video, but every time I say Frozenheim, have a shot of your favorite digestible liquid. For me, that is some tea. Me matuga. Anyway, that is how the game is being shown, and me being a city builder and RTS games fan, I had to check this out. The trailer looks great, but I was kind of 50-50 on whether this was going to be a real game or just a pre-rendered trailer, but in fact it is the real deal, as the publisher has announced the game will be releasing on the 20th of May of 2021. This game is right around the corner, so if you're into Vikings and RTS games, what are you waiting for? Add it to your Steam wishlist, come on, for the love of bacalhau, pa, do it now. What I really love about games that depict Norse peoples is that codfish comes from Norway, so I'm automatically drawn to these games, and so should you. However, Frozenheim is not a colony sim with RTS elements, it's exactly the opposite, it's an RTS game with colony sim elements. At least from what I've read and seen on the game. They state in their Steam page the following: Frozenheim is a serene Norse city builder game, and later, raid other players or form alliances with them in multiplayer matches. That doesn't seem that serene to me at all, but if we match this with the gameplay shown so far, what the players can expect is a map with a few players or AIs, and each will build their own settlements and try to be the last man standing, or, well, last settlement standing, I guess. So, just imagine Warcraft and Age of Empires, but with a large focus on city building and survival with food and seasons. According to the developers, it'll be a chill experience, if for nothing else, just because you are in a frozen wasteland. Get it? Chill? Frozen? I'm so funny. Is that a bad thing though? As a Southern European, yes, Frozen is too damn cold. We like the warmth of the beach and burning in the sun. But anyway, joking aside, no, not at all, it's not bad. It's actually wonderful to see an RTS focusing heavily on city building and survival. It's something I really miss in Age of Empires. I love building my own cities and seeing the peasants go about their work, but it's far too simplistic because that's not the focus of the game, and you're usually just rushing towards something as fast as possible. And of course, even Frozenheim, I can see multiplayer matches being exactly that, the rush towards a certain unit or tech to defeat the opponent. But with food and seasons being an issue, the experience might be slowed down to where the player will be solving problems in its own colony rather than using their whole energy trying to venture out and do full-scale combat against another player. An interesting element that they're bringing to the table is gods and shrines that are spread around the map. Holding these will win you the favor of the gods. What favor does exactly, I'm not too sure, but it'll either give you passive bonuses, active abilities, or maybe some special units, or maybe all of the above, I don't know. I can imagine these shrines being highly coveted and being the stage of massive fights, adding a new strategical element to the game, very much like the relics that were spread around the map in Warhammer 40k, or strategical locations in Company of Heroes, for example. Units and combat-wise, the game looks fine. It's not amazing like Hansis's Legacy, but it's good. It's what you'd expect from an RTS game, but maybe a little bit better. We can see that you can hide units in forests, and back attacks seem to be doing more damage than frontal attacks, so that adds quite a bit of tactical depth to the combat. Finally, the game is looking fairly good. The UI is okay, it doesn't scream Viking or Norse, and I wish it had more personality, it was more thematic, but it's simple enough, minimalistic and easy to read. That makes it just fine. The looks of the map, textures, nature, the buildings, however, that is very good. It's a beautiful looking game, foliage look great, the trees, it'll be an amazing screenshot production machine, I'm sure. The only thing I'd try to improve is the water and the waves on the shoreline. Those just don't look great, but it's just a minor nitpick, so that is fine. Overall, I think this will be a nice addition to the RTS genre that might bring both RTS and city building players together depending on the pacing of the game. I'm a bit confused as to why this game isn't having more press or attention on it, but that might be due to it not being out yet, much like Valheim. I've also seen people say that this is just trying to bank on Valheim's success, and I find that to be a ridiculous statement. Valheim came out early 2021. Frozenheim is in development for at least 2 years. So no, that makes no sense. Frozenheim isn't trying to copy or bank on Valheim's success. 2 years ago, nobody knew that Valheim was even a concept other than its developers. So there you go, this is a piece of original content that simply has a similar theme. Deal with it. And let's face it, the Viking theme is pretty darn cool, isn't it? I for one will try to get my hands on Frozenheim, and my colony will specialize in codfish husbandry. And by the power of the bacalhau, we will defeat all of our enemies. Have a great day, ladies and gents. I hope you all a very, very happy Portugal caralho, and I will see you all on the next video.
I'm in Portugal, baby.